Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, you guys. Take 3 of this video. I cannot get it together. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys a wedding planner that I put together for my boss. She is newly engaged about a little over a month or so ago. And so they're just barely starting the process of putting everything together. Um, Hang on just a second. I forgot one thing. I put it away because, again, this is take 3. What a mess, I tell you. So let me show you the paper that I used. I used this Martha Stewart paper, which I love. I bought this from Michael's years ago. And I remember, I think it was like $24, $25. And I was like, that's a lot of money for a paper pad. But this one is really pretty. I specifically picked this one for the color scheme. So super beautiful. So let's just jump right in. So what I'll do, let me show you the cover. So here's the cover of the mini album, and it says our wedding story. I decided to do it in the happy planner style. This is the easiest way for me to create a planner. And I went ahead and I added those words in. I used my Cricut and I cut out the wording. I did, of course, laminate. I used these really pretty green planner discs with the little hearts in them. I also added on a little charm here using the coin pocket or whatever you want to call it. And I added a little pink flower cabochon. And then I just added some coordinating colors of sequins inside of there. And of course, a green ball and chain. I kept everything in gold, of course, just so that everything matched really well. I did make 2 different belly bands. One is super over the top and so me. And then I made a second one. Hang on just a second. So here's the first one that I created. And I made it really floral. I bought a big, not a big, a little flower bunch from Michael's, silk flowers. And what I did was I just cut out a circle with my with some felt using my Big Shot. I did 2 and I just kind of sandwiched in the belly band. Let me show you what it looks like. It's super pretty. But this one I would say maybe, I don't know if she would want to take it out with this one because it's kind of chunky. So that's why I made her 2 of them. So that's what it looks like with the cute little belly band. I did also make a smaller one that she can use as well. And I just did it on one of these pink glitter bows. And I just so happened to have one that had a cake on it that I want to say it's probably a Maggie Holmes button. And it had a cake in a dome, and I thought that was perfect for the theme. And I also wanted to add a belly band because I wanted to share this pen. I don't know if somebody gave that to me, or I don't know how I came to have that pen, but I thought it was perfect for this particular project. I really like the idea of the diamond pen since this is a wedding planner. So let me take this off again and we'll go through the planner. I got the planner inserts from off of Etsy. I think I paid like $12 for it. I'll leave a link for it in my description box below. It wasn't too bad. It has 101 pages. And I went ahead and printed everything. Of course, there will probably be some pages that they won't need, and that's fine. They can take out what they don't need and keep what they want or add their own stuff in there. So that'll work out. But I wanted to make sure that I kind of printed out everything. I tried to save the paper. I don't know what I did with it. It was like a blush pack of paper that I picked up, 65-pound weight, and it had various soft color pinks all the way down to like and off-white color, and I used the whole pack in order to create this. I did, however, on my printer do front and back, so that was enough paper. I didn't have to have more than one pack. And the planner would be like this thick if I would have printed them out on you know, single-sided. So let's just jump right in. The only thing I have not put in there is the pictures that she sent me. I am going to be putting some pictures of them inside of the planner. I just have to go and print them out. So that's the last thing. On the very end, I'm not sure if I want to put anything here because I need this to try to be as flat as possible because there's just so many pages. There's a lot. On the first little tab here, I just put getting started, and I just put a little flat flower that I made and a couple of blings. Then if you flip, it just says the big day. And this one says, I just put this in there because since I was a creator, I just put handmade by Natalie in there. Now I absolutely love how these pages are in here. I love that it already had the soft pinks included. This was, you know, just me printing these out. So I looked for one that was really pretty, and I ended up going with this one. I did also want to add some tabs. So I used my Cricut. I found a cute tab. This tab happened to actually already be this color. I didn't even have to change the color, which matches perfectly. And then I put the name of the category on them. I've just put the wording on there. So this first one is the wedding events at a glance. So this just gives you just a run through of everything from the engagement photos down to the reception. Just like a save the date kind of at a glance page. So that's the very first page. Then behind each section, I did put a piece or two of just plain paper in here, a happy planner paper, so that they can take some notes if they need to. And here's the bottom of it. I love that each one, and I just so happen to have this and it matched perfectly. I love that it says get it done because there's a lot to get done when you do plan for a wedding. It's a lot of work and a lot of details. And luckily I didn't have a planner. That wasn't a thing for me, at least back then, but I did have a wedding planner, so that was helpful. And she had her own little binder going on, so that was terrific. So let me show you the sections that we have for each one, and this one was vendors. So I love how this is kind of broken down in all of the different sections. So this one's a comparison list for venues, so you can put addresses and then you can kind of compare the details of the ones that you're interested in and get all of their information. Over here, just some other details that you can compare as well. There's a contact list for the vendors, and I'm going to go kind of fast because there's a lot of pages. There's a payment plan that you can use, contact list, and I love how it breaks it down in section: cake, caterer, ceremony venue, dressmaker. So there's lots of different little categories that you can have the information saved up, and there's some different ones on the back. Then over here you have a band and DJ. I love this one. Do you have a backup plan for equipment malfunction? They just really thought of everything on this particular planner. I love it. And then like for your stationery, like maybe for your things that you may have to print out and send to everybody, or even cards or something. I love that. And then there's a kind of like a comparison for the band or DJ, florist. And then there's a comparison for that, the cake baker, and then the caterer. We have photography. And then again, I'm talking in doubles. I've done this video too many times. Again, ending up with the two, like just spare sheets that they can make some notes. I added this section in. It's called important documents. You get a lot of paperwork, printouts and stuff as you're going around to all the vendors. So I made folders. Now you're saying, oh, that looks odd. I did this the other way. Normally the larger side would be this way, going that way. But when you put this together, putting tape right here takes up room. So I was afraid that if I did it the other way, that it wouldn't fit and a part of the paper would be touching over the rings and you won't be able to close it. So I just did it this way, and then I added some paper clips so that they can clip it in, because even if it goes at least to the end of the plastic, that's fine. You'll have a paper clip to keep things in place. And then there's the back. Then we have an inspirational section. Color combinations. You can color or like put swatches of like fabric in there. Love that. Now these are all blank, so I'm assuming that's for you to maybe put some photos or jot down things, just to, you know, start your planning process. Groom's fashion, bride's fashion. Love all that. Groomsmen, bridesmaids, ring bearer. So some of these they may not need, you know, depending on the size of the wedding and the wedding party, but they can take out what they don't need. Then there's a final decision for all the different things, whatever, you know, whoever you're going to go with. And then more of the plain paper. I added in an envelope. This is the largest size envelope that's on the punch board. You need 11.5 by 11.5, and makes this really large envelope. And I went ahead and cut out receipts using my Cricut. I did go ahead and just add a little Velcro closure on there. That's for like little small receipts that they may get that they want to, you know, keep track of. I took one of those pocket folders, the ones that we use for pocket letters. I did cut it down to size, so there's only 4 squares. I did use paper to cover it up before I punched out the Happy Planner punches, but you can fit multiple cards in here, so that's fine. And I'm sure a lot of stuff will be emailed to them anyways, but you know, some places may still have cards that they want to, you know, just grab one and keep it on hand. Then there's a budget section, which that's probably the most important thing of everything, is the budgeting section. There's a checklist for everything: wedding planner, website, save the dates, thank you cards, postage, venue. And I love that it has a little check mark so you can check off what you've done so far. And all of these are just checklists that you can, you know, keep track of, which I love that. Now, surprisingly, this one did not have a wedding, a dress section. They have some pages that are referring to like fashion or whatever, but the dress is everything. It's like you start with the dress and then you build out from there. It's hilarious. But anyways, what I did, I just laminated a sheet that says the dress. I added this jumbo paper clip on there in a teal color. I just did a printout just to show her what this section is for, that she can, like, if she has some pictures of herself. Some people take pictures in the dresses at the you know, while they're trying them on, so that they can remember what it looked like if they haven't made a decision yet. She can do like magazine clippings if she wants to do that. A lot of people buy those, and I thought this would be a good place to kind of clip those on so she can refer back to it. They. Let's see. Checklists, which is a cool section as well. I love this. Emergency kit. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to remember to bring with you on the day of. So I love that it has this. Everything you can probably think of. I love it. It's breath mints. That's a good idea. Floss, chapstick, razors. Very cool. And then there's a to-do list over here that's like in a day format that you can fill in. Then the next section is like the things that you should be thinking about 12 months before, with a note section. There is a 9 to 12 month, a 6 to 9 month. There's a 4 to 6 month, 2 to 4, all the way down to the big day. 2 weeks, 1 week, and then here is like the actual wedding day, and then some spare paper back there for some notes. Wedding party, love this section. Lots of room for contact lists, for the wedding party, for flower girls, ring bearers, bridesmaids. I think this is awesome. For the groomsmen as well. This is important. When you get married, you do gift people in your wedding party with certain things. It's a good way to think of some ideas that you may want to do for like the mother or bridesmaids or groomsmen. So that's really cool. Then there's a guest section. There's some guides and tips. There's so many things you just don't even think about until you start needing to think about it. And this, I mean, although you may not do them all, it's just, you know, information to think about. This is for the guest list. This side is a rough draft, and then there's an actual guest list, like a master guest list that they can do, and whether they've RSVP'd or not. And on the back of each of these, I printed out 2 of these because depending on how many guests they're going to have. This is for gifts because you need to keep track of who's giving you a gift so that you can send out a thank you note. Even if they don't attend the wedding and they send you a gift, you still got to send out a thank you card. So that's a cool way to keep track of that. And then wedding events. We have the bachelorette party, the date and the location and who's hosting it, engagement party, rehearsal dinner. This is just for $12. This is a lot of good information for your bridal shower. And then we have, and you guys, I tried to keep this not too crafty and do it like I would if I was giving it to another person in the crafty community, or planner community. But I just wanted to put this little shaker in. That's like really one of the only elements that I did that was kind of crafty. I thought that was cute, and I just matched some sequins with the color palette. I used my Cricut to cut this out. This is one of those shaker pockets that you can use to make cards or something with. So I just wanted to put in one little piece of me in there, but they can take it out if it gets too bulky. And then lastly, we have the wedding day. There's a timeline, photographs to get. They can make some notes of the timeline over there. I love this one. Menu, starters, main course, sides, and desserts. And then there's even one for music. And you know what I love about this? There's a do not playlist on here. There might be some music that might be inappropriate for, you know, certain age groups, or just certain, you know, stuff that you don't want played at your wedding. I like that. There's a seating chart. I love that. And it coordinates, you know, and you can make a list of who sits where. Not everybody does that. Some people just do a sit where you can find a chair, and some people prefer to, you know, group people. Order of events for the reception. There's an order for everything. When you come in, the wedding, the reception, it's giving me a nightmare thinking about it. That was a long time ago, but my goodness, is lots to think about. Then order of events for the reception, ceremony order of events. And then some more blank paper back here. It's getting tight back here. And then the very last section is the honeymoon, which I like this as well. Place, contact information, availability, what's included in the price. It even has like flight information, hotel information, car rental information, a budget for your honeymoon as well. Things to remember to pack, passport, bathing suits, all that kind of good stuff that you just, when you have to think about 1,000 things, I'm sure this is very helpful to remember some of those things. Itinerary. And that is it. That is the end of the book. So I really, really hope that they love it and it's of some use to them for, planning their special day. There's the back page. I had so much fun putting this together for them. This thing weighs a ton. This is an 11 ring one. This is the biggest size happy planner, but I really, really love how it came out, and I super hope they enjoy it. My boss is just such a fantastic lady, and I'm so happy for her. And I hope they really, find some use out of this. So thank you guys so much. I will leave some information in the description box. Don't forget to check there. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well as on YouTube. If you're not already following me, please feel free to leave me questions or comments in the comment section. And I will see you guys all very soon. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did. I talked about this, didn't I? This was like the spare one if she doesn't want to use the big bulky one. So talk to you guys soon. Bye. Have a good one.